I just thought I'd do a short video on checking whether the number on the rotor of your pump lines up with the Circlip. So when you're timing your engine, it is important to check these things. And the trouble that can come is most diesel shops are really good. And look, when they finish the pump, they put pressure in to number 1, which is what you time it on, which is probably W. There'll be a W on the bolt or W on the housing here. That's number 1. And what they're supposed to do, and what many of them do, is the Circlip inside here, that there's one round edge and one flat edge. The Circlip inside there, the flat edge on the Circlip is supposed to line up with the timing mark. Now, some companies do it and some don't. Now, I've had pumps that I've got back from diesel shops, and you go to time them up and just check it, and look, it's not within a bull's roar. They haven't bothered to do it. And on a pump with a 3-bolt mount with a dowel, if you take the pump off, you line your little mark up here. When you're putting it back on, line that mark up and bolt the gear on the front. Well, there's not much you can do. Yeah, it'll bolt on, it'll run fine. It's only when later on, or at some stage, if you're looking to check your timing, make sure it's spot on. If the diesel shop or whoever's played with the pump hasn't set this up properly, you're going to have trouble, or you don't have a reference point to look at so much. And on our pump here, we're going to go through a bit of timing when we fit it in. So I thought I'd just show you a couple of ways of doing it. Now, I'm fortunate enough to have an injector tester, a beautiful old CAV unit here. I don't know how old this is, but it's just a lovely old unit. And I haven't got the correct tool, but I want to show you that you don't 100% need it. So this pipe, it's hooked up to where the number 1 injector line is coming out, and on my pump it's down here. Now, on my particular engine, the letter that has to line up with the bottom of the Circlip inside here is letter B. So how do we work out if that's all right? So I'll show you the process, but then I'll try and zoom in shortly and show you a close-up inside while we're doing it. So look, what they do, they just put a little bit of pressure back in through this line. Because the port from this line isn't lining up with the 2 plungers inside, the fuel doesn't go anywhere. Like it just can't. So you keep a little bit of pressure there, and you turn the pump in the direction of rotation. And I've just got the Allen key sitting up in there. And so you need to keep an eye on everything at once. And you'll see I'm just holding a little bit of pressure there. And as we come around to the letter B, bang. So you'll notice that this lever drops because the pressure's gone. The gauge drops. And if you hold a little bit of pressure there, you'll find you can't go any further. It comes up hard. So that letter B then, you want that to be lining up with the Circlip. So you can come back just a little bit and check it, and that's it. That's the point there. You can feel it's gone hard. And it is a definite stop, and that's the point of injection, because your plungers, both your plungers have shot out against the cam track in here. So we'll free him up again. You'll notice you've got to look at everything at the same time. And as we come around, bang, there it is there. So while it's there, I won't move the pump at all, but I'll shift the camera and I'll try and hone in, and mine's out about 2 millimeters. So I'll try and hop in there and let you see what we're looking at. Okay, you can see in there we have the letter B and the line there, and look, I thought it was about 2 millimeters out, but look, it may be 0.5 millimeter out if it's that. And so when you turn the rotor around, You can see that rotor turning. Now I'm holding pressure there again now. And as I come around, A's just lined up. Bang, there's B lined up. And actually I am bang on, look at that. So I'll do that again. Bring it round past there. It goes easy once again. As you're coming around, up comes B, bang. And look, that is pretty well right on. So here's me looking at the thing, not the camera. So I need to be over here somewhere, don't I? Okay, so you can see the mark there, and I'll come around again, and once again I'm holding the lever with a little bit of pressure onto the pump coming in. So there's letter A going past now. Bang, that was B there. You can sort of come back and sneak up on it again, but you need to actually go the whole, go right around again. And B's just coming up now. It says not to put too much pressure up the back end here, just a little bit, so we'll just put a pop there. You can see the letter B. Bang. That's it. Okay, so while I've been fiddling around with the pump, I'll come back out now. Whoop, I'll go the other out. So you can see the pump set up on the test bench here, and I thought, well, everyone hasn't got a test bench. Is there another way we can show this? So stick with us a second. I'll try and get it set up and show you a way that you can check it before you pull it apart, and you can just make sure it's right. Okay, this is what I've been playing with. I've got the pump set up here once again, and I can turn you can see this end, I can turn that. I can only turn it with this end, not the other end. So that doesn't matter much. But I thought, well, how can we find a way, say you do your pump and you're not sure where the circlip was and things like that, can we get a repeatable mark, the same as I get with putting solid fuel up there. Now, the fuel, you're only supposed to put 30 atmospheres, a few pound at the most, so yeah, you don't overdo it, that's for sure. You don't give it a big bougie. So I thought I'd give this a go. So we're still in number 1. I've got about 90 pound of air here. And so if we put that up number 1, we go in direction of rotation, and I start turning. Bang. I just can't, that's just gone firm there. Just there. So that mark, I'll get my little mirror so I can see, because the camera's in the bloody road, and I reckon it's about the thickness of a mark difference. And on the injector tester, I could get that exact same mark, but with the extra pressure you get it right. So oh no, it's one of those things. If you weren't sure, and I'm just trying to show you a layman's way of doing something, if you're not 100% sure if your circlip's about where it should be, or you're not sure which number to line it up with even, you think, oh, which number? You pick the one that goes to your number 1 injector, pop your air pressure up the back there, and just turn it slowly, and that's locked there. And that there, my friends, is about, I thought mine was out. I I've got a couple of slightly different marks. No, look, that's the marks I'm getting, or the difference I'm getting, is about the thickness of the scribe line. So there's very little in it. So my message to you is, if you're not sure which mark you should be lining yours up, put a bit of air up number 1, turn your pump, and it'll tell you, whichever mark it lines up here with. If you're not sure where your circlip should be, for timing when the engine goes, when it goes on later, you can pop a bit of air up the back there, turn your pump over, and it'll lock on number 1. So I hope that's a handy little, I sort of hope that's a handy little instruction to help if you get a bit lost along the way. As a professional injector shop or something would probably tell you, don't bug around or something. I don't know what they'd tell you, but look, it works. You can get the mark. You can get the mark with the injector tester, doing the same thing with liquid. I just thought I'd give it a try with air, and it seems to be a repeatable mark in there. So you make up your own mind. I just thought I'd show this quick little video before I strip the pump and start doing it up for the Massey Ferguson 65 series.